Was this week's episode supposed to make me like Ellie's character more? Because I generally do not like her more after watching this week's episode. And it leaves us with the biggest problem for the rest of the show, is that Pedro Pascal's Joel is no longer in it. I knew he wasn't in it, but giving us this flashback reminds me of how good he was as Joel. Let me know if you got those in the comments as well. But, okay, so let's take it from the top. We'll break it down because there's major stuff to talk about. So it starts off, it's pretty much just, we get a little flashback of Joel's childhood, right? And we see that his dad was kind of abusive. He was mean to him and Tommy and stuff like that. And he kind of gave them a wish. He was like, I hope when you have a daughter or father or son or someone like that, that you do a better job than I can. And we see that tying later on at the end of the show. This was a great scene. But the rest of the show is pretty much Joel is kind of celebrating Ellie, taking her out on her birthdays, right? One birthday, he's out there scavenging in the apocalypse. He finds Legos. He gives that stuff to one of the guys, and they get a guitar made for Ellie. It's so nice. He engraves like little initials on it for her, a design on it for her that she likes. And it's just showing the effort and the amount of a father figure and the dad and the love that Joel actually has for Ellie. Doing this stuff in a post-apocalypse, and he's trying to show that he actually cares, it is amazing. And I just love Joel's character for this. One of the years, I didn't play the game right, so let me know in the comments. I heard a lot of people say the museum scene from the game is one of the best in the game. So I didn't play the second game, so I want to know your thoughts if you did in the comments. But he pretty much finds a museum, right? There's dinosaurs, there's spaceships, there's space helmets, there's the world spinning around, and it's just so cool because she has never seen any of this stuff. She's still 16, 17 at this time. And he takes her there and showing all the effort he is putting in. There may have been a chance he had to clear that entire building out of infected. And he also had to oil up some of the machines and stuff like that. But it just shows Joel's character is such a good father figure. And we know him from this guy who beats people. He murders people. He tries to scavenge. But he does this all for Ellie. Someone who he genuinely cares about and loves. And like, honestly, I'd probably do the same. I ain't going to cap. But, so he does all that. And then one time he comes home for her birthday, comes home early to surprise her, gets her a cake and everything. And he comes in, and Ellie's been fondling with a girl. And then she's getting a tattoo, and now she's smoking. And now she's probably drinking and doing all this. He's like, whoa, what are we, all this at once? He's like, you get out. She's a minor, by the way. And she's mad at him. Ellie's mad at Joel. And I'm like, the dude's just being a dad. Like, I don't know. That was just making me mad at Ellie's character for this. I was like, the dude's just trying to be a dad and be respectful and all this stuff. But he's like, you gotta go, dude. You can't be doing all this at once. So he's talking to Ellie about it. Eventually, this is why she ends up moving into the garage. Then her 19th birthday, he's like, we're going out on a first patrol. I know you've been wanting to do it. We'll take it easy. We'll go here. I'll show you the ropes. We got rules and regulations to follow. You can hear him say that when they're using the binoculars. So they do that. And finally, they find out Eugene. All this for Eugene, man, gets bit. Some of them get infected. He shows up. He was like, hey, we've got rules we have to follow. Ellie, go grab the horses. You know what? I promise I won't end up killing him. So they do that. And then Joel actually ends up taking him to kind of a lakeside view, gives him a view, and puts a bullet in his head, of course. And Ellie is mad, and I get it. Joel promised and stuff like this. He shouldn't have promised and everything. But Ellie, dude, there are rules and stuff you have to abide by here. Maybe they could have brought Eugene back in time. Maybe they couldn't have brought him back in time, and one of them gets bit. Like, you never really know. They did the whole countdown thing and seeing that he had time, right? So I guess maybe they had enough time. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. But I'm still not mad at Joel's character. He comes back. He tells the lady how much Eugene loved her, wanted to see her and all this stuff. And I know he's lying. Like, I get it, but I get why he was doing that. Does that make sense? And then Ellie just spills the whole bean, says everything that's going on. And that one thing just erased all the nice stuff I guess he did for her in the rest of the show and the rest of the game, where he's taking her out for all these birthdays and celebrating her and being nice and being a dad and getting her through all this stuff. And now she's just mad. It takes us back to the New Year's Eve scene where he pushes the guy for the stuff that he says to Ellie and Dina. I keep pronouncing her name wrong. And then we also get a last talk about what he did to the Fireflies. I believe it was in Seattle. All that stuff he did, murdering them, save them. And he says they could make a cure. Like 100%. Was that part in the game as well? Did he know 100% that they could make a cure? Because I thought they left it open-ended. It's been a while since I've played. But this just it answers the one major problem I'm going to have with the rest of the show. Joel's character is not going to be in it. There may be another flashback or something like that. But he carried the show hard. And I don't like Ellie's character any more after watching this episode than I did watching the rest of the episodes. Like, I probably even dislike her more for treating Joel like this. I'm not going to lie. But let me know your thoughts on this week's episode in the comment. It was a good episode. It was done well. I liked it. I like the connection between Joel and Ellie. But it does leave me with a bunch of unanswered questions and, like, distrust for Ellie. I just don't like her. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below if you played the game or not. Subscribe because I'm going to keep you guys up to date on all gaming and movie news.